Hi guys, it's 5:40 Sunday evening. It's been kind of like overcast this afternoon. It was beautiful this morning, and now it's starting to get dark. A lot of the snow that we had melted though. It was like in the 40s today and 50s yesterday, like low 50s, and the day before that was warm too. So we're losing a lot of the snow, which is a good thing. So I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to make for supper. I was in the office on the computer, which is why the living room is in darkness. The reason why this little playpen is up here is that's the little bed that Sophie sleeps in. And if I get up and she's still in her bed, she starts whining and she wakes my husband up. So I just carried this and her upstairs this morning. I was lazy today and I just left it on the kitchen countertop, so I'll have to take it down tonight when I go down. My husband made his bread today and it came out really good. And I had like 2 or 3 slices when it was still hot with butter on it. And I've had this candle going all day today. And it's the cinnamon sugar donut. House smells amazing. It just smells so good. I have a Dyson vacuum, Dyson Animal it's called, and these are the filters to it. So every once in a while you're supposed to take them out and wash them and then let them dry for 24 hours. So this has been drying for 24 hours and it's still wet. And this is all dry. This is the one that goes down inside the bagless canister part. So anyways, I'm waiting for those to dry. So I'll have to vacuum tomorrow. So tonight for supper, I think what I'm going to do is I am going to make poached eggs on toast with a piece of cheese or something under them and some bacon. And I was watching Jerry's video. Her husband made that for her the other day for supper. And it just looked so good. And I thought, you know, I like having stuff like that for supper instead of a big meal. And once again today, I have been on the computer all day. I have to really start learning to manage my time because the day gets away from me. And before you know it, it is dark outside and the day is gone. It's just crazy. And I started doing my fridge the other day. I sorted out the stuff that I wanted to throw away. But I didn't take everything out and wipe it down, so I still got to do that. It was funny, I was talking to Karen the other day on the phone, and Carchar 0518, and we were talking about cleaning house, and I said, you know, it's funny. I says, whenever I do a video where I'm cleaning my house, it kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone, because I get the video made, and I says, and I clean my house at the same time. So I says, it works out really good. And I says, the best part about it is, at the end of the day, I can sit back and look at my video and see the stuff that I actually did. You know, like that you'd forget about, you know, once you did it. And you know, at the end of the day, you say, what the heck did I get done today? So it's kind of good to chronicle what you do, because it really does feel good when you sit back and watch the video and you can say, oh yeah, that's right, I got more done today than I thought I did. I have a bunch of packages that I have to put together and mail out. I just haven't gotten out because of the, you know, the last storm and everything. And then last few days I've just been really, really tired, and I don't know why. Did you guys hear that? This Cuisinart that I make my tea in, it makes this noise that sounds like the doorbell on the Addams Family. Remember that? It's just funny. But, yeah, so I'm just going to have a cup of tea. After being on the computer all day, I need to relax. Anyways, it is now 5:48. For those of you who use the got to be powderful, and you try sprinkling this right on your head, don't do it, because you won't like it at all. Take it, sprinkle it on, like, on your fingers, on this part of your fingers, and you could even do it with your head upside down, from just on the roots. Don't go through the whole hair with it, because it's going to feel sticky. But I actually love this stuff, especially on, well, I use it on first day hair, second day hair, and if I can make it to third day hair without washing it, not that I don't like washing my hair, it's just in the winter it gets dry. This stuff is really great. Something else that I'm really loving lately, I don't know if I ever mentioned this in any of my previous videos, but it's the L'Oreal Hair Expertise Volume Root Lifting Spray. And it lifts and builds volume at the roots. Alcohol free, and it's 100% vegan. It's really good. It doesn't dry the hair out. You know how some root lifters, if you put them on, the alcohol dries your hair if you put it on when it's wet before the actual hair dries. You may want to try this, and especially where it's, you know, it's got botanical extract, 100% vegan for all you guys out there that like the vegan route, and also it's alcohol free, so if you have dry hair already, you don't want to be putting something on it that's gonna even dry it out any, you know, even more than it already is. So that's the Everstyle Volume Root Lifting Spray, and just on the roots, and when you, before you blow dry your hair, and you'll notice that your hair has a lot more lift and it sits up from the scalp instead of laying on the scalp. Another thing that I'm really liking is the Callista tools. I got this on either HSN or QVC. You can look it up, and it's called the Embellish Texturizing Definer. This stuff, if you've watched it on, you know, the Home Shopping channel, you put a little bit on, it looks like Elmer's glue, and you rub it on your fingertips and then clap your hands together, and it forms like strands. Those strandy, stringy things that you see actually hold your style in place all day, and it combs out at the end of the day, and I love it. And I love the smell. I'll bring you upstairs and we'll have lunch. It's beautiful out today. It's only 32 degrees out though. As you can see over the balcony, we still have a lot of snow left. What are you going to do? And now we're going back into the Arctic vortex again. It's a new name they have now every time it gets cold. But it's really a pretty day. It's nice and sunny. Yesterday it was warm, well, warm for winter here. There were people out all over the lake, guys fishing, snowmobiles going by, setting their fishing traps. You could see them out there with their ice augers, and it was just really neat watching them. And, you know, dogs running around the lake, you know, with their owners. And, of course, Ripley was just going nuts because he just wanted to get out there and play. But I was just afraid, where he's so friendly, he'd probably run off with somebody and would never see him again. So, which is one of the reasons why we have that little collar for him. It works up to so many yards away, and so, you know, you can set it so if he goes, you know, too far toward the edges of the yard, we can make him come back in again. And after a couple of times, they know, and they won't do it again, because a couple of people mentioned something to me about it. And to me, though, I think it's a much more humane way of handling it than having one of your neighbors poison your dog or something like that, you know, for barking or going in their yard. When you put the collar on, you put it on when they go outside. You don't leave it on in the house. Ripley's very well behaved in the house, and he doesn't have accidents in the house, and he's not a chewer, and he's just a really good boy, and he knows what's right and what's wrong. And we have it set at like the lowest setting, so it's like brushing by somebody and getting a shock from them. It's not like you know, zzz, and you know, shock treatment. So I wouldn't do that to my animals because I love them too much. They're like my kids. A couple of people felt the need to voice their opinion, which is fine, and that's their opinion and they're entitled to it. But I asked, you know, at the beginning of the video, don't leave me comments below. And it's not like I'm heartless, and I do have a big heart for people and animals. I'm just going to have a salad for lunch today with some craisins on it, those dried cranberries. I love these. Just put on some feta cheese over the top and some whole pecans. Pecan. They're high in antioxidants too. And I'm just going to make my own little potion here of salad dressing. I'll show you how I do it. I just take some of this red raspberry preserves, a good amount like that, because I like to taste the fruit, especially when I have cranberries on my salad. So I have some of this balsamic vinaigrette dressing. I'm going to pour it right over the top of the red raspberry, so it becomes like red raspberry balsamic vinaigrette. You might think that the tastes are going to, all blend together and not go, but they do go together really nice. And then you just kind of stir that in and break up, any little clumps. I like to just make sure it's all kind of blended in nice. I'm just going to take it and just pour it over the top. So that's what it looks like, and it's really good. And the only sugar that's in it is the red raspberry preserves that I put in. Let's see. Sugar's 3 grams, per serving. And their servings are considered 2 tablespoons. This is really good. And the nuts and the feta cheese and the cranberries all mixed in with the lettuce and everything, and it just gives it a really nice flavor, and it's just something nice for lunch. For days where you just don't feel like fussing and you don't, want to cook or make soup or heat the stove, it's just a nice dish to have. And let me know if you try it. I think you'll like it. This one here, she's such a terror. My husband took a bottle and he likes to tease people and animals. He put a dog bone in here, and the two of them have been trying to get it open, and it's driving them crazy. I want the bottle! I want the bottle! I want the bottle! Oh, look at her! Little wild thing! Yesterday, Sunday, my husband was out working in the garage, and he comes running in, and he said, "Give me the camera, give me the camera." And I'm like, "What? What do you want to film?" And he wouldn't tell me. So, will you two stop it? They're fighting over this little. So anyways, oh, be easy. Anyways, he was out there, and what it was a little ermine, like a little mink, and it was white, and it was a baby, and white with a little black tip on his tail. And my husband was out there putting around in the garage, and he says he saw this little thing out of the corner of his eye run past him. And he says then he looked again and he saw it again. And it was a little ermine that had come underneath the garage door. They can fit through anything. Next thing you know, he brought a little mouse over to him, a dead mouse. So that's interesting that ermines eat mice. So that's a good thing anyway, because that must mean we have mice that come in that garage too. And I have a lot of boxes in there, things that I never unpacked from this house, so I can just imagine what's living in there. But I mean, out in the woods, when you live out in the forest like this, you got to expect that you're going to have a mouse or, come in at some point during the winter. And they can get in through anything. So it's good to have the ermine. And I said to my husband, oh, wouldn't it be neat to have one as a pet? And I don't know if you could house train them or not. You'd have to keep them in a cage, because they're probably, I would imagine they probably like to chew and burrow up inside of your, up underneath, inside your mattress or up under your sofa, because they like to hide and like make little dens and stuff. So I wouldn't want that in the house. You'd have to keep them in a cage, and it wouldn't be fair to catch a wild animal to live a life in a cage. I just couldn't do that. But he's a friendly little thing, because he came over and like dropped it right next to my husband's shoe, which I thought was amazing. I wish I saw it. It would have been just so interesting to see this little white thing, you know, just so friendly and not afraid of anything. Lately I've been having like these little stomach cramps, so I don't know if it's my IBS acting up or... Now I just had that salad and I had the nuts in it, so I don't know if it's something to do with nuts or what. The seeds in that raspberry preserves, that's probably what... Yeah, I'm just gonna make myself a cup of tea and watch my soap in about a half hour. And I'm gonna make a sauce with some meatballs in it. I just had some ginger snaps and I'm just gonna have a cup of tea right now. See if that helps my stomach at all. It's like intermittent cramps. And I had the same thing the other night, so that's why I'm starting to think that it's bowel related. So I'll have some of these with my tea, and that'll be it. What are you two clowns doing? What are you doing? Sophie? The usual suspects. Yep. You want a cookie? I know you do. You're a good boy. And last but not least, for my outfit of the day, as you can see, it's just my hanging around outfit. I just have a pair of sweats on from Target and my slippers, which are starting to get out of shape on me, and just the sweater from Walmart. And you know, it's got the things on it. And this shirt, it's one of those waffle knit long sleeve tops. It's like a thermal, only it's very thin, thin, thin. It's not like a real thermal. For earrings, I just have these little, they were made by a local person who does jewelry. Copper, they are. And that's what they look like. And other than that, just my eyebrows on, not much makeup on today, just a little bit of brown powder and some mascara, just a little tinted lip gloss. And that's it. Just a comfy, cozy outfit of the day. So, it's all about being comfortable. You know, I mean, what do we want to get dressed up for if we're home? I like wearing earrings because it just makes me feel like it dresses up my face a little bit when I don't have much makeup on, you know. So anyways, guys, I hope you're all having a great afternoon, and thanks again for all my new subscribers. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye.